Behind this debate over which energy sources to use is the question of why energy demand is growing, both in developing nations such as China and India, and in wealthy nations such as the United States.
People in other countries want to be able to live like Americans do. They want to be able to have access to electricity, charge their iPods, run the microwave for popcorn, watch a movie. I mean, all the types of things that we enjoy. But within the United States and other developed nations, I mean, our economy is growing, our population is growing. And that requires, so new people coming on there, they're all going to need new electricity because our economy depends on access to stable electricity. We can't have the electricity go out 5 times a day.
I enjoy having a reliable source of electricity, but I'm not sure that this growing energy demand is justified. Going beyond efficiency, it is conservation that is the key component of sustainability. But how can we conserve when we live in this culture of consumption? Our economic system is based on taking more than we need, and that's what drives the energy demand. Is it really wise to accept the dangers of nuclear power in order to keep pursuing this way of life?
To me, to be perfectly honest, I look at nuclear power as a necessary evil. I think there are a lot of risks, a lot of issues. It's a very complex technology, but I do want to see this country acting quickly and decisively toward actually reducing our carbon dioxide emissions. And I think that if we are serious about that, we have to be serious about nuclear power in the near term.
Personally, I'm not convinced that nuclear energy is worth the risk. But it's up to all of us to decide which energy choices we're going to advocate and what direction our society is going to take.
We need a return to a real ethic in this country where we are building a future based on the desire to save a healthy planet for our great-grandchildren. That's really what it ought to be about. And the decisions about what kind of energy production to implement should be based on that, and not on considerations of what corporation is going to make out the best with a given strategy.
I wish I could say that there would be some sort of systematic way of making a decision based on minimizing various risks and and looking toward certain values that people tend to share as far as protecting our environment, minimizing security risks and safety risks and that sort of thing. But the honest truth that I can say from what I know about policy and so forth is that it almost never works that way. And really, in the end, the things that tend to matter are sort of, who speaks out the loudest and which technologies happen to be in the right place at the right time, and how does the media portray various technologies so that the public will seize on one thing or another. It's kind of just about what people in the end like and what gets actually pushed through the federal government and what becomes politically feasible to implement.
For now, it seems that nuclear power has become politically feasible again, and new nuclear power plants will be built in the United States. And while the debate over nuclear power continues, the danger of global climate change continues to grow.
The thing that I'm the most concerned about is that if we don't solve the problems that are immediately in front of us in the next 20 years, we are facing the increasing probability of not only an economic collapse, but an environmental collapse that could be global in scale. We should do something to change this as soon as possible.